Welcome to the cockpit on Medallia. This is where it all happens. I control the boat. About probably 80% of the things I need to do can be done from within this cockpit area, which means ergonomically that works for me. I don't have to travel very far to make changes. Also safety wise, it's lower down in the boat, and I've got this fantastic cover that I can pull all the way back that protects me from the tons of water that come over the deck when we're really going. Obviously the loads on this boat are huge. The backstays, for example, when I pull a backstay on, then I'm taking up to about 5 tons of load. So I need winches to manage the boat. A boat this size definitely needs winches, and these winches are all controlled by a central coffee grinder pedestal. We call it a coffee grinder. Now I've got 4 winches in the cockpit, and I can use this to drive any one of those 4 winches. I just need to select the winch using my pull down toggles here. So the basic selection is I either select the port side or the starboard side to drive. So this time I'll select the starboard side, and then with this one I can select the inboard or the outboard winch. So I'm going to select the inboard winch. And the winches have 3 speeds. So basically I always choose the fastest speed possible, and then I change gears when it gets too hard to drive. And then internally inside this pedestal here, we've got a kind of overdrive system, which is a half gear. So the gearing, the main gearing is inside the winches, but we've got a half gear system inside the pedestal. And that kind of allows me to have a real granny gear for when I'm just getting that last bit of trim out of a sail. It's really, really hard effort. One of the really important things for me is to keep the cockpit clean at all times, because there's ropes everywhere here. So there's a rope to control everything on the boat. And after you've done a sail change or a big manoeuvre, you kind of end up with a real jumble of lines everywhere. And so I've got a quite tight system for where I put my lines afterwards. So halyards, furling lines, tack lines all get coiled and hung up on the bulkhead forward. My mast rotation lines and my jib clue ring lines all go down into this pit here. My foil up and down lines and my Cunningham go into this bag here. And then over here I've got my rudder down lines, my main sheet and my backstay. And then finally in the corner here on all these hang-ups, I have my sheets that are not in use get coiled and hung up there. So any time that I think I've got nothing to do, I'll go round and I'll just check all of my lines are tidy and everything's in the right place.